Okay, let's jump right in. We've got some really interesting source material today looking at a pretty significant step forward in, decentralized physical infrastructure networks. DePIN.
Yeah, this news piece we have focuses on what they're calling the first ever DePIN AI agent.
Mm.
Its name is BinoAI,
BinoAI.
and it's built on the ELIZA framework. And importantly, it's deployed on IoTeX.
Right. So our plan for this deep dive then is to really unpack what BinoAI actually is, what it does, and maybe lift the hood a bit on the tech behind it.
The ELIZA framework, IoTeX.
Exactly. And figure out why the source is framing this as, well, quite a big deal for DePIN overall, and, maybe look ahead a bit too.
Yeah, and what really stands out from the get-go is this idea, isn't it? Taking AI agents beyond just like screen-based data interaction and actually designing them to operate inside these physical networks to help run them almost.
Right, interacting with the physical world through this decentralized layer.
Exactly. And BinoAI is kind of the poster child for this right now.
Yeah.
It shows how AI is moving, beyond chatbots and into physical systems via DePIN.
That's a crucial distinction, AI getting physical. Okay, so let's properly meet BinoAI. The source describes it as an autonomous AI agent, focused specifically on DePIN.
That's right. And its stated role is quite interesting. It's positioned as a kind of expert voice.
An expert voice.
Yeah, its main job, according to the material, is driving awareness,
What?
educating the community about DePIN. Sort of like an AI-powered ambassador for the whole concept.
Okay, an AI DePIN educator. But what does that mean day to day? What's it actually doing?
Well, the source gives examples. It autonomously tweets, it shares information, tries to break down these sometimes complex DePIN ideas.
And more accessible.
Exactly. And it highlights new projects, milestones in the DePIN world. The idea seems to be keeping everyone who's involved or might want to be involved.
Devs, users, investors.
Right. All of them. Keeping them in the loop and engaged. It's presented as the go-to AI expert for DePIN stuff.
Interesting. Okay, but the autonomous part is key here, right? How does it manage that? It's not just a scheduled bot.
No, and that's where the tech stack comes in. It starts with the foundation, II16Z's open source ELIZA framework.
Ah, I16's, okay. And the IoTeX connection we mentioned. That's critical here.
Absolutely critical. IoTeX actually contributed code directly to the ELIZA framework's GitHub. And this wasn't minor. It was about embedding IoTeX blockchain functionality into the framework itself.
Okay, so ELIZA brings the AI smarts, the ability to process info, maybe make decisions.
Yeah, the core AI engine, if you like.
But the IoTeX integration adds something different. What does that enable specifically?
It enables BinoAI to securely access and interact with on-chain data, specifically on the IoTeX network.
Ah, okay. So it can tap into the live decentralized data streams. That's where the autonomous part gets really interesting in a DePIN context. It's not just reading static web pages.
Exactly. It can potentially understand and react to what's actually happening on the decentralized network.
Right. And the ELIZA framework itself, the source mentions it's open source, getting popular, developer friendly.
Yeah. Described as rapidly growing, versatile. And the synergy is really the point here. You take ELIZA's AI flexibility and you combine it with IoTex's decentralized infrastructure.
And that decentralized part, running on IoTeX, provides what the source calls a trustless environment. Let's dig into that for a second. Why is trustless so important for an AI agent in this context?
Well, think about where this could go. If you have an AI agent that might, down the line, be involved in managing, say, energy distribution in a decentralized grid.
Or vehicle data, yeah.
Right. You absolutely need a guarantee that the data it's using and the actions it might take haven't been messed with by some central party, single company controlling the servers.
Okay, so you remove that central point of failure or control.
Precisely. In a trustless setup like IoTeX, the verification, the security, it's all distributed. It means the agent's data access and interactions are inherently more reliable, more resistant to manipulation. And that's absolutely vital when AI starts interacting with physical things.
That makes a lot of sense. You can't have one entity capable of corrupting the data or the agent's actions when real-world assets or infrastructure are involved. So ELIZA's intelligence plus IoTex's secure, trustless foundation, that combination unlocks possibilities you just couldn't safely do with, say, traditional cloud AI talking to DePIN systems.
Exactly right. And this leads us straight into why the source is calling this whole development, the IoTeX ELIZA link-up and BinoAI's launch, a transformative moment for DePIN.
Transformative is a strong word. What's the big shift they're identifying?
It's really about enabling whole new levels of automation and innovation within these decentralized physical networks. BinoAI, even in its current educational role, is like the first
The
demonstration.
proof of concept.
Yeah. Its success, as the source puts it, shows the potential for bringing intelligent automation, better scaling, smarter decision-making, right into the core of DePIN operations.
So BinoAI is phase one, showing it works, even if it's mostly about information right now. And the source is pretty clear this is just the starting point.
Oh, definitely. BinoAI is seen as paving the way. The source explicitly talks about the next steps being the development of vertical-specific AI agents,
Huh?
or DePIN-specific AI agents.
Right, this is where it gets really tangible, moving beyond just information. The source lists specific industries where these specialized agents could pop up.
Yes, several key areas mentioned. Mobility is one. You can imagine AI agents optimizing decentralized logistics, maybe managing autonomous vehicle data flows in a secure way.
And energy, that seems like a very natural fit.
Absolutely. Agents potentially streamlining decentralized renewable energy grids, handling peer-to-peer energy trading automatically, managing complex power sharing systems, things like that.
Makes sense. What else did they mention?
Wearables came up. Agents giving personalized health insights from decentralized data, maybe fitness analysis, or even managing biometric security in a distributed fashion.
Interesting.
And smart homes, too. Managing decentralized home devices. Security, optimizing energy use within your home, all potentially handled by specialized agents.
Wow, okay. So BinoAI talking about DePIN is just scratching the surface. The real vision is these specialized agents doing actual operational work within these physical networks across loads of different sectors.
That seems to be the long-term picture painted by the source, yeah.
Yeah.
They explicitly say BinoAI is seen as the first of many.
And this isn't just about making the networks run better internally, right? There's an expectation it'll help with getting more people actually using DePIN, user adoption.
Yes, that's a key part of the argument. How do these agents help with adoption?
How do they?
Well, the idea is that by having autonomous agents handle some of the complexity, whether that's explaining things like BinoAI does, or managing tricky back-end processes, or offering tailored insights, you can lower the barrier to entry.
Make it less intimidating, easier to use.
Exactly. Improve the whole user experience, drive engagement much more effectively, and at a larger scale than purely manual efforts could achieve.
Okay. So BinoAI's current work creating easy-to-understand content, engaging with communities, is actually a direct play towards that goal, making DePIN less niche, maybe?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Helping to bring into a wider audience beyond just the crypto-native or tech-savvy crowd.
So the source really positions BinoAI as more than just, a single cool AI project. It's framed as the first step in a broader movement.
Yeah, a movement towards embedding this kind of intelligent automation deep within the DePIN ecosystem.
The vision seems to be an era where autonomous agents are really central figures, driving innovation, making things more efficient, boosting awareness and participation in these networks.
That's the picture. And the recipe seems clear from this example. You need IoTex's infrastructure for that secure, trustless, composable base layer.
Right, the foundation.
Then you need something like the ELIZA framework for the flexible AI capabilities on top.
The intelligence layer.
And then BinoAI is the first live example showing how those two pieces work together. This whole stack is presented as a kind of blueprint for how AI agents could really change the game for DePIN across different industries.
A blueprint for AI-powered DePIN. Okay. And for anyone listening whose interest is piqued, the source does mention a few ways to get involved or learn more, doesn't it?
It does. Suggest joining the IoTeX Discord server, for instance.
Standard community hub? Makes sense.
And also, interestingly, interacting directly with BinoAI. Just mentioning @Bino in conversations.
Huh. So you can actually talk to the AI agent. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. And for the more technically inclined, for the builders out there, it points towards actually exploring building your own DePIN AI agents.
Using the same tools.
Using that IoTeX ELIZA integration, yeah. They point people to the IS16's ELIZA GitHub repository to get started. It's definitely framed as an open invitation to participate.
Jump in and build the next wave of agents.
Seems to be the message.
Okay, so recapping our deep dive here. We've looked at BinoAI, which is a really tangible first example of an autonomous AI agent operating specifically in the DePIN space.
Built on that ELIZA framework running on IoTeX infrastructure.
And we've seen the potential impact here. This isn't just a novelty. It could signal a future where AI agents are much more involved in managing and growing these decentralized physical networks.
Yeah, potentially affecting things like energy, transport, Wearables, smart homes, lots of areas.
It really feels like we're witnessing maybe the very early stages of AI moving beyond the purely digital realm and starting to operate directly within this new layer of decentralized physical infrastructure that people are building.
It's a fascinating convergence.
It really is. So, as we wrap up, here's something to think about. As these autonomous AI agents start interacting more directly with physical infrastructure, maybe managing parts of the energy grid or controlling devices in our homes, maybe even coordinating with autonomous vehicles, what do you think are the most exciting possibilities that open up? And maybe just as importantly, what are the big questions we really need to start asking ourselves about this deeper integration of AI into our physical world?